All right, guys, so I am back and it has been a few days, but I also kind of took a few days off. But I've been cleaning the shop and, well, got the cab off the hoist, got the frame off the hoist and over here, and I got almost everything taken out of the shop besides my two hoods and the bumpers and my brake lines, and then just rolling this stuff out. All right, that is all that's left. I got transfer case right here, front differential, new transmission, my motor, basically my whole front end and stuff, gas tank, my rear drive shaft because I ordered a brand new front drive shaft for the lift kit, and then like my front end stuff and my tailgate, front core support, all that stuff. And then in the four-wheeler over there, I got a bunch of other stuff in it. Actually, we can just go check it out here. Got all sorts of parts in here. So these are new CV axles, all my bolts and stuff labeled, my motor parts, a bunch of mounts and stuff, coolant tank, long tube headers, brakes, and all the parts are gonna get painted and all that good stuff. And then over here we got my box. Just tipped it over on some rollers and then spun it, and then my dad picked it up with the forks and then we set it over here. Got my exhaust right here also, and just set it on the trailer for now, just so I can get the shop all cleaned up. And then hopefully, well, it's Saturday today, hopefully tomorrow we can begin my frame painted, but still quite a ways away from that. Still got a lot of time left, and it looks like the wind blew up my towel here. So I got the transmission and the motor on rollers, just because it's a lot easier to roll it around, and then my cab and my frame on the other rollers. And that's all the rollers I got. I got 6 more of those, and that's basically what my cab and my frame are on. And then the 4 original ones, one of those, and then those 3. So just makes it so much easier to roll stuff around. My cab being on the rollers, probably bending and denting my rocker panels, but that's okay because I was already debating on doing inner and outers just so that this truck will be completely restored and rid of rust. And then the only other spot is right here, which the back is perfectly fine. So I was just gonna, cover it up really good with some rags or whatnot, and then do a little spot sandblast right there and just kind of sandblast that little bit out of there. And then, it'll be good to go. And then other than that, I mean, besides a few chips and stuff, the cab's like really nice. So that shouldn't be too bad. And guys, when I do paint this, I'm gonna have the windshield out. I'm pretty sure it's still the plan. And like, I'm painting everything underneath, all of it. So yeah, it's definitely gonna get the full paint job on everything. And in case you guys didn't know, when you are painting, the clear coat does say that if you're not gonna be like, I think they say paint matching and wet sanding it, if you're not going to, then do 1 to 2 coats, and if you are, then you want no more than 3. So that's gonna be the plan there. So underneath I can only do until it's covered. You could do one really dry and then 1 nice layer over it, or you could do 1 nice first thick coat layer. Just depends on how you are doing it. And then got all this nice and cleaned up. Still gotta clean up the hoist and everything just because that's all dusty still. And then got some of the wall cleaned up. I'll show you a picture of before. yeah, so it's already looking a ton better. My dad actually did that, and then he started yelling at me to get out here, so. So then I started picking up everything, getting everything moved around. So I still gotta get both these hoods out of here, and then the bumpers, and then set my brake line somewhere, and then that'll be all my parts out of here, except a little bit of scrap stuff and a little bit of other stuff, but most of everything's gonna be coming out of here. And then I gotta quickly paint my frame, so then I can start moving stuff back in. Well, paint my frame and, you know, all my other parts, so then I can get other stuff moved in as fast as I can. And then on Monday, so in 2 days from now, I'm gonna go and see if I can get a paint account set up at this one place, so I can get my laser blue. Otherwise, I was just gonna ask O'Reilly's, because that's where I got my paint from the first time. They were able to paint match it and stuff, which wasn't the exact blend, but I'm just gonna buy all my paint at once this time, so it's gonna be all the same, you know, not gonna have to worry about them not mixing it right. So, you know, that way the same person's mixing all of it, and that should be good to go. So I'm gonna hopefully be getting all my laser blue on Monday. And then, you know, that means I'm gonna have to be all prepped to paint my little brackets and stuff. And then I can start putting my frame back together, which will be super nice. And all of that. So that's the plan. And just thought I'd give you guys a quick little update on the whole process here. So still gotta take a few more things out. I was gonna put my cab underneath the overhang over there, and then just keep my frame out here for now. And then get all this cleaned up really good, so then I can start painting in here. And then roll my frame back in. And the really nice thing is, my frame had no problems swinging around, which was super, super good, because now whenever I paint my frame on the hoist, I can just easily roll it around to right here, or even easily roll it out the door for whenever I paint other stuff. So that is super good. I'm happy about that, so that I can still use the hoist to paint it, because I gotta go up and down a lot to get every single crack and crevice of it and make sure that I get it all. So that's the plan for that, but until then, I got a lot of cleaning left. Even the ceiling too. You can see how dirty the ceiling got right there. So everywhere needs to be cleaned off. So I think I'm just gonna be blasting it with air. I don't think I'm gonna do any scrubbing, but we'll see, because I definitely don't want to take any chances on this paint job, especially when it comes to painting the body and stuff, which I'm getting a new box and hopefully new fenders. And then, you know, that is a new hood, new bumpers. I got another grill in my room for it, new headlights, and then the same tail lights. And then I'm not sure about the tailgate yet, but it's about half the body's getting replaced. Maybe even more, maybe 75% probably, because of the stuff I already have. So basically 75%. But yeah, there you guys have it. And I'll show you guys once it's all finished, cleaned up in here. All right, guys, so I'm back out in the shop, and I won't show you guys over there yet, but as you can see, I got all of it cleaned up. I sprayed off the whole ceiling, which I got most of it pretty good. I don't know how well the camera's gonna pick it up, and it's pretty light in here, but yeah, you can still see kind of a few dark spots, which I would literally have to grab a broom and sweep the whole ceiling off to get all the little like I don't know, it's almost like stained in a way, like the sticky dust, I guess, because I blew all the loose stuff off, so I won't have a problem painting. But if you want it to look clean and, you know, get all of it off, you'd have to sweep it all. And probably same with the walls too. You can see how it still looks dirty. Yeah, it looks really bad, But hey, it was all the loose stuff, so that's good. And then over here, you can see how much better everything is, especially this. I'll show a before picture of this. Yeah, there's no comparison. This is like exactly how it was before, basically, except, like I said, the stains, which that doesn't even look like that bad, but on camera, it's a little bit worse. But yeah, no, it looks really good with the door open and the light in here, but the camera can pick up like that doesn't look that bad. That's just like a dark spot almost. It looks really clean though, and good enough to paint. So as you guys can see right there, I lifted up the frame so I can blast it out and get all the sand out of it and clean it up. So here it is. I've just been blasting down the rails and basically every hole I can to, you know, push the sand further back. And this is all the sand that was inside of my frame, as well as some other stuff, bunch of gravel and stuff like that. Looks like they probably took it mudding in a field at one point. And you can see how much sand came out the back of the frame. A lot of it was back up to here, and oh, I can still see some sand in there. So I'll do a quick once over of the frame, make sure everything's blasted out, but you can see all the dirt back here. Just a big old pile of sand. And then all this too right here. Just a bunch of sand. So yeah, the frame was packed full of sand. Like, I kid you not, like before it was definitely level back here, which that's a good inch right there. And then the sides, the holes right here, definitely level with that. And then there's like a bunch of like holes on the bottom. All these holes, every time I'd kick it or something, sand would come out when I'd be rolling it around. So like, yep, I definitely got to blast out the frame. So I got all that sand out, so I probably got to sweep it up quick and then do a full once over, make sure all the loose stuff is off, make sure, you know, I'm sure the rails are fine, but you know, get all, you know, the rest, the loose stuff out, because I'm sure it'll blow it real easy. But you know, I just gotta sweep first so none of it blasts back on. And then over here with the two-wheel drive, it's been a minute since you guys have seen this, but this thing has the hitch on the back, which, as you guys can see here, yeah, like that's my hand. That's about how far off the ground it is. Probably just 6 inches. I'm sure like that's, my phone would fit under there barely. But yeah, this thing doesn't need a hitch. It's not gonna be pulling anything, and you know, I just don't need it. So take it off. Hopefully it's good, and then I can sandblast that one down. Hopefully it's not too rusty either, but this whole truck's, you know, relatively clean, so I'm not too worried. I think that one will work just fine. And actually that truck was technically, well, it was cleaner than this one, because the box that was on this one was definitely rusting up, where that one only has like just a tiny bit in that side. So I gotta try my best to fix that still, and also the corner, but that'll get all the cosmetic stuff fixed later on. But for now, just working on cleaning up the frame. And then I got some other stuff to sandblast. Like I gotta take my rear axle apart, sandblast the axle, and then I gotta do my lower control arms and just a few other little parts. And then guys, I should be on to painting all the white stuff. So I might start with the frame to make sure I have enough white and everything, and make sure everything's good to go. But hopefully I get all the parts painted today or tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. All right guys, so I still have the back that I still need to clean up, but this is the pile of all the stuff that came out of the frame. Yeah, that's a lot of sand. So I still gotta blast it all out again, and then I never did do inside these tubes at the back, so I'm gonna get that done right now. All right guys, so I got the frame all cleaned up now and back on the rollers and out the way. So now I can take the hitch off the two-wheel drive on the hoist. and then go from there. But the frame only needs to be wax and grease removed, and then it's ready for paint.